interesting. We're going to get to see what would happen if Harry had not been successful in defeating Voldemort. It's kind of ironic because the reason why they confiscated this Time Turner, why the Ministry of Magic confiscated all Time Turners, is to avoid Voldemort's followers from going back in time and bringing him back. But now, single-handedly, Albus, Harry's own son, and his friend Scorpius, Malfoy's son, little pieces of Harry and Malfoy going back in time and bringing Voldemort back. Single-handedly. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And ironic. Alright, so we are on part 2 now, Act 3. Act 3, Scene 1, Hogwarts, Headmistress's office. Scorpius enters the office of Dolores Umbridge. He is dressed in darker, blacker robes. He has a pensive look on his face. He remains coiled and alert. Dolores Umbridge. Scorpius, thank you so much for coming to see me. Scorpius. Headmistress. Dolores Umbridge. Scorpius, I've thought for a long time that you have head boy potential. As you know, pure-blooded, a natural leader, wonderfully athletic. Scorpius. Athletic? Dolores Umbridge. No need to be modest, Scorpius. I've seen you on the Quidditch pitch. There's rarely a snitch you don't catch. You're a highly valued student. Valued by the faculty. Valued especially by me. I've positively glowed about you in dispatches to Augury. Our work together flushing out the more dilettante students has made the school a safer, purer place. Scorpius. Has it? There's the sound of a scream from off. Ah! Scorpius turns toward it. But he dismisses the thought. He must and he will control himself. Dolores Umbridge. But in the 3 days since I found you in that lake on Voldemort Day, you've become arder and arder. In particular, this sudden obsession with Harry Potter. Scorpius. I don't. Dolores Umbridge. Questioning everyone about the Battle of Hogwarts, how Potter died, why Potter died, and this ludicrous fascination with Cedric Diggory. Scorpius, we've checked you for hexes and curses. There were none we can see. So I'm asking if there's anything I can do to restore you to what you were. No. Consider me restored. Temporary aberration, that's all. Dolores Umbridge. So, we continue our work together? Scorpius. We can. She puts her hand to her heart and touches her wrists together. For Voldemort and Valor. Scorpius trying to copy. For, yes. Act 3, Scene 2. Hogwarts grounds. Carl Jenkins. Hey, Scorpion King! Scorpius is high-fived. It's painful. He takes it. You can just imagine what, little shrimpy kitty is if he gets high-fived and it's painful. Hey, Booker 93. Is this a new book? Not really new. I think it was released, somewhere between 3 and 5 years ago. I don't really know the exact date. But it is the book that comes after all the other Harry Potter books, and we are reading about Harry's son and Malfoy's son and their adventures at Hogwarts. But right now they have gone back in time and really, really messed up the past, and so now we are in an alternate universe created by them where Voldemort was never defeated and Harry Potter died. So we're kind of, Scorpius, Malfoy's son, is stuck there. Harry Potter is dead. His friend Albus, Harry Potter's son, is nowhere to be found because they changed the past and he was never born. So now we are kind of in this, what is Scorpius going to do in this alternate universe here? I mean, it's alternate universe, but it's really the new universe because they changed the past. Alright, so, anyway, Carl Jenkins gives him a high five. He's a shrimpy kid, so high fives hurt. Jan Fredericks. We're still on, right? Tomorrow night? Carl Jenkins. Because we're ready to spill some proper mudblood guts. Polly Chapman. Scorpius. Polly Chapman is standing on the stairs. Scorpius turns towards her, surprised to hear her say his name. Scorpius. Polly Chapman? Polly Chapman. Shall we cut to it? I know everyone is waiting to know who you're going to ask, because you know you need to ask someone. And I've been asked by 3 people already, and I know I'm not alone in refusing them all. In case, you were to ask me. Scorpius. Right. Polly Chapman. Which would be great if you were interested. Which rumor is you are. And I just want to make clear at this moment that I am also interested. And that it isn't a rumor. That is a F-A-C-T fact. I don't know who Polly Chapman is. Side note. I think she was earlier in the book. So I think we can assume that she is a Slytherin and that she was like one of the more popular girls that would talk to them. But now apparently he's the popular kid. Scorpius is like this really introverted, inward-facing, kind of not well-liked kid in the beginning of the story. And Albus is his only friend, right? They're both total losers together and don't even like school really that much because they are losers. And they don't do anything right, and they can't get any of their spells right. But now in this alternate universe, Albus is gone, Harry Potter is dead, but Scorpius is the man. He's cool, everyone likes him, he's athletic, all these things that he never was before. Which makes kind of sense because he's a Slytherin, right? So you create a world where Slytherins are the best, then now he's the best. Alright, so let's continue. Scorpius. That's, great, but what are we talking about? Polly Chapman. The Blood Ball, of course. Who you, the Scorpion King, are taking to the Blood Ball? Scorpius. You, Polly Chapman, want me to take you to a ball? He's like totally amazed. There's a sound of screaming behind him. What is that screaming? Polly Chapman. Mudbloods, of course, in the dungeons. Your idea, wasn't it? What's going on with you? Oh, Potter, I've got blood on my shoes again. Apparently Harry Potter is now a bad word. She bends and carefully cleans the blood off her shoes. Like the augury insists, the future is ours to make. So here I am, making a future with you, for Voldemort and Valor. Scorpius. For Voldemort it is. Polly walks on, and Scorpius looks agonized after her. What is this world? And what is he within it? Weird, right? Act 3, Scene 3. Ministry of Magic, Office of the Head of Magical Law Enforcement. Draco is impressive in a way we haven't seen. He has the smell of power about him. Flying down either side of the room are augury flags, with the bird emblazoned in a fascistic manner. I didn't know fascistic was a word. And what is this word augury that they keep bringing up? Because I don't know what it means. The augury, also known as the Irish phoenix, is a thin and mournful-looking bird, somewhat like a small, underfed vulture in appearance, with greenish-black feathers and a sharp beak. Its diet consists of insects, fairies, and flies, which it hunts for in heavy rain. Oh, and this just happens to be off of harrypotter.wikia.com. Okay. Gotcha, so the augury is like a mythical bird. Okay, fans. Very quickly I will show you what the augury looks like. She might be like me. There it is. So when we say augury, flags, we're talking about this bird here. It's kind of like... No, I don't think I asked you to randomly start playing music, but thanks. You can go away now. That was funsies. Alright, so when we're talking about augury, we're talking about they're you know, there was the phoenix, the red and gold. It was a very, like, Gryffindor's pro bird, and now this is, like, the Slytherin pro bird, I guess. Okay. So there's augury flags in Draco's office, which are emblazoned in a very fascist-type manner. Draco, you are late. Scorpius, this is your office. Draco, you're late and unapologetic. Maybe you are determined to compound the problem. Scorpius, you're head of magical law enforcement? Draco, how dare you? How dare you embarrass me and keep me waiting and then not apologize for it? Scorpius, sorry. Draco, sir. Scorpius, sorry, sir. Draco, I did not bring you up to be sloppy, Scorpius. I did not bring you up to humiliate me at Hogwarts. Scorpius, humiliate you, sir. Draco, Harry Potter, asking questions about Harry Potter of all the embarrassing things. How dare you disgrace the Malfoy name? Scorpius, oh no. Are you responsible? No, you can't be. Draco, Scorpius. Scorpius, the Daily Prophet today. 3 wizards blowing up bridges to see how many Muggles they can kill with one blast. Is that you? Dang. So interesting. So when Harry wins in the final installment of Harry Potter and he gets rid of Voldemort, all of the Voldemort supporters are either killed, sent to Azkaban, or have change of heart. Like in the when it comes to Draco, he's a very conflicted character, you know. He's always been like this mean bully throughout the whole series, but then towards the end you kind of see that he's actually kind of made to be this way because his dad is a Voldemort supporter. His dad is kind of pushing these expectations on him, all of these ideas that Draco has that we hate, like this hatred towards mudbloods and this affection for pure blood. It's all because of his dad's influence, his dad's expectations. But at the end, I think his dad is either killed or his dad goes to Azkaban, and Draco's just afraid. He's doing whatever Voldemort tells him to because he's afraid for his family and for himself. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Is that better? The whole music thing is a little bit challenging to balance because for whatever reason, like, it's different. It sounds different to me than it does to you. Like, for me, it's like barely an audible whisper, but for you guys, it's loud. So it's kind of hard for me to know. But thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so basically, in the Harry Potter series, Draco is kind of like, he's doing bad things more out of fear and out of his dad telling him to do it. So when Harry wins in the end, Draco no longer has to do bad things out of fear. He was always kind of a nasty kid, but he didn't want to kill people. He didn't want to, like, do that. And when Harry wins, he's given forgiveness and given the opportunity to be a good person and to move on from that. And when we saw Draco in the beginning of this story, we see that he's got married, he has a kid, and he just wants the best for his kid, and he's a good dad to his kid. He's a much better dad than his dad ever was. He's proud of his kid, and he's loving towards his kid. Unfortunately, though, his wife died, and so he's kind of a sad man a little bit angry because he wants the Ministry of Magic to figure... what was it? He thinks that... Oh, because there was some rumor that his wife went back in time to have a kid with Voldemort, and that his kid was actually secretly the son of Voldemort, and so he felt like that rumor was making his kid Scorpius unpopular at school. He wanted the Ministry of Magic to tell them that that was just a rumor and to, like, announce it to the whole wizarding world so no one would think that that rumor was true. Like, he's a very, like, overprotective, caring parent. But in this alternate universe that Albus, Harry's son, and Scorpius, Malfoy's son, accidentally created, Voldemort has won, and so Draco never got to be that changed man, and so now we see him very much like his father was towards him, very harsh and unloving and unkind. So that's a shame. Alright. But I wonder if his mom will still be alive, though. Because if I was Scorpius and I went from a world where I was unpopular, no one was my friend, and my mom was dead, to a world where now I'm really popular and my dad is powerful and seems happy and my mom is still alive, that would be hard to choose to go back in time and fix it just to save your best friend. I mean, you have to choose between your parents and your happiness and your best friend. That's gonna be hard, so we'll see. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen or not. If his mom's not alive, then it's a pretty easy choice, right? Because his dad's a jerk. I'd take unpopularity with a less jerky dad any day. Alright, so Draco is not being very nice. And now, apparently, maybe he's blowing up muggles? Let's find out. Dad, was that you? Draco, be very careful. Scorpius, the Mudblood death camps, the torture, the burning alive of those that oppose him. How much of that is you? Mom always told me that you were a better man than I could see, but this is what you really are, isn't it? A murderer, a torturer. Draco rises up and pulls Scorpius hard onto the table. The violence is surprising and deadly. Draco, do not use her name in vain, Scorpius. Do not score points that way. She deserves better than that. Oh, bummer. Sounds like she probably still is dead then. So nothing good came out of this change of events, huh? Scorpius says nothing, horrified and scared. Draco reads this. He lets go of Scorpius' head and doesn't like hurting his son. Oh, well, he still has a little bit of goodness in him, I guess. And no, those idiots blasting muggles, that's not my doing, though it'll be me the augury asked to bribe the muggle prime minister with gold. Did your mother really say that to me? Scorpius, she said that grandfather didn't like her very much, opposed the match, thought she was too muggle-loving, too weak, but that you defied him for her. She said it was the bravest thing she'd ever seen. Draco, she made being brave very easy, your mother. Scorpius, but that was another you. He looks at his dad, who looks back with a frown. I've done bad things. You've done worse. What have we become, Dad? Draco studies his son. Draco, there's more of her in there than I thought. Beat, he looks at Scorpius carefully. Whatever you're doing, do it safely. I can't lose you too. Oh, okay, so maybe he's not all that bad. Scorpius. Yes, sir. Draco looks at his son one last time, trying to understand his head. Draco, for Voldemort and Valor. Scorpius looks at him and backs out of the room. Scorpius, for Voldemort and Valor. Oh wow, interesting. So I guess it's a little different than I originally assumed. So it sounds like Malfoy really is just still living the fearful life of doing whatever he's told so he doesn't get in trouble. Okay. Now we are in the Hogwarts Library, Act 3, Scene 4. Scorpius enters the library and starts desperately to look through the books. He finds a history book. Scorpius. How did Cedric become a Death Eater? What have I missed? Find me some light in the darkness. Tell me your secrets. What have I missed? Craig Bowker Jr. Why are you here? Scorpius turns to look at a rather desperate-looking Craig, his clothes tattered and worn. Scorpius. Why can't I be here? Craig Bowker Jr. It's not ready yet. I'm working as fast as I can, but Professor Snape set so much of it, and writing the essay 2 different ways. I mean, I'm not complaining, sorry. Scorpius. Start again from the beginning. What's not ready? Craig Bowker Jr. Your potions homework, and I'm happy to do it. Grateful even. And I know you hate homework and books, and I never let you down. You know that. Scorpius. I hate homework? Craig Bowker Jr. You're the Scorpion King. Of course you hate homework. What are you doing with a history of magic? I could do that assignment too. Pause. Scorpius looks at Craig a moment, then walks away. Craig exits. After a moment, Scorpius returns with a frown. Scorpius. Did he say Snape? Oh, wow. So Snape is still going strong in this one. Guess that makes sense since he never had to sacrifice himself for Harry. Alright. Act 3, Scene 5. Hogwarts Potions Classroom. Scorpius runs into the potions classroom, slamming back the door. Severus Snape looks at him. Snape, did no one teach you to knock, boy? Scorpius looks up at Snape, slightly breathless, slightly unsure, slightly exultant. Scorpius. Severus Snape, this is an honor. Snape, Professor Snape will do fine. You may behave like a king at this school, Malfoy, but that doesn't make us all your subjects. Scorpius, but you're the answer. Snape, how very pleasant for me. If you got something to say, boy, then please say it. If not, close the door on your way out. I just had a thought, which is, if they ever wanted to make this a movie, they'd have to get someone else to play Snape now. This is very sad. Curses on J.K. Rowling for not making this a movie faster. Scorpius, I need your help. Snape, I exist to serve. Scorpius, I just don't know what help I need. Are you still undercover now? Are you still working secretly for Dumbledore? Snape, Dumbledore? Dumbledore's dead, and my work for him was public. I taught in his school. Scorpius, no, that's not all you did. You watched the Death Eaters for him. You advised him. Everyone thought you'd murdered him. But it turned out you'd been supporting him. You saved the world. Snape, these are very dangerous allegations, boy, and don't think the Malfoy name will prevent me from inflicting punishment. Scorpius, what if I was to tell you there was another world in which Voldemort was defeated at the Battle of Hogwarts, in which Harry Potter and Dumbledore's army won? How would you feel then? Snape, I'd say that the rumors of Hogwarts' beloved Scorpion King losing his mind were well-founded. Scorpius, there was a stolen time turner. I stole a time turner with Albus. We tried to bring Cedric Diggory back from the dead when he was dead. We tried to stop him winning the Triwizard Tournament. But by doing so, we turned him into almost a completely different person. Snape, Harry Potter won the Triwizard Tournament. Scorpius, he wasn't supposed to do it alone. Cedric was supposed to win it with him. Okay. But we humiliated him out of the tournament. As a result, the humiliation, he became a Death Eater. I can't work out what he did in the Battle of Hogwarts, whether he killed someone but he did something that changed everything. Snape, Cedric Diggory killed only one wizard, and not a significant one. Oh no! Oh my gosh! All the fan theories proven right! Oh no! Can you guys guess what name it is? No! Who Cedric Diggory killed? If there's one person besides Harry Potter that Cedric Diggory could have killed, that would have completely changed the whole Battle of Hogwarts. Ah! I'll give you guys a second to think and figure it out. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. J.K. Rowling. You sneaky little girl. I love this. Cedric Diggory killed only one wizard, and not a significant one. Neville Longbottom. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. It's so crazy. All the fan theories of Neville Longbottom being the true chosen one. Confirmed. Sorta. Scorpius. Oh, of course, that's it! Professor, Longbottom was supposed to kill Nagini, Voldemort's snake. Nagini had to die before Voldemort could die. That's it! You've solved it! We destroyed Cedric. He killed Neville. Voldemort won the battle. Can you see? Can you see it? Snape, I can see this is a game, Malfoy. Get out before I alert your father and plunge you into deep trouble. Scorpius thinks and then plays his final desperate card. Scorpius, you loved his mother. I don't remember everything. I know you loved his mother. Harry's mother, Lily. I know you spent years undercover. I know. Without you, the war could have never been won. How would I know this if I hadn't seen the other world? Snape says nothing, overwhelmed. Only Dumbledore knew, am I right? And when you lost him, you must have felt so alone. I know you're a good man. Harry Potter told his son you're a great man. Snape looks at Scorpius, unsure of what's going on. Is this a trick? He is quite seriously at a loss. Snape. Harry Potter is dead. Scorpius. Not in my world. He said you were the bravest man he ever met. He knew, you see, he knew your secret, what you did for Dumbledore, and he admired you for it greatly, and that's why he named his son, my best friend, after you both, Albus Severus Potter. Snape is stopped. He is deeply moved. Oh, that's so precious. Please, for Lily, for the world, help me. Snape thinks and then walks up to Scorpius, taking out his wand as he does. Scorpius steps back scared. Snape fires his wand at the door. Snape. Colaptortus! An invisible lock slams into place. Snape opens a hatch at the back of the classroom. Well, come on then. Scorpius. Just a question, but where exactly are we going? Snape. We've had to move many times. Everywhere we've settled, they've destroyed. This will take us to a room hidden in the roots of the Whomping Willow. Ah, I know that room! Scorpius. Okay, who's we? Snape. Oh, you'll see. Oh my gosh! Hi, Everlasting Joy! Welcome back! Everlasting Joy, you've missed really good parts of this book, so you might have to watch the VOD to catch up. But I actually have to stop the stream in like 2 minutes. I don't know. I want to see who's in the room though, so let's like do 2 more pages. Act 3, Scene 6. Campaign room. I know you... I mean, I don't know. I don't know when you came in, but I'm assuming... I know. Sad things, right? I know. Scorpius is pinned to the table by a magnificent-looking Hermione, her clothes faded, her eyes blazing. She is full warrior now, and it rather suits her. Hermione. You make one more move, and your brain will be a frog, and your arms will be rubber. Snape. Safe. He's safe. You know, you never could listen. You were a terrible bore of a student, and you're a terrible bore of whatever you are. Hermione. I was an excellent student. Snape. You were moderate to average. He's on your side. Scorpius. I am, Hermione. Hermione looks at Scorpius, still very distrustful. Hermione. Most people know me as Granger, and I don't believe a word you say, Malfoy. Scorpius. It's all my fault. My fault and Albus's. Hermione. Albus's. Albus Dumbledore? What Albus Dumbledore have to do with this? Snape. He doesn't mean Dumbledore. You may need to sit down. Ron runs in, his hair spiked, his clothes scruffy. He's slightly less good at the rebel look than Hermione is. Ron. Snape, a royal visit, and... He sees Scorpius and is immediately alarmed. What's he doing here? He fumbles out his wand. I'm armed and entirely dangerous and seriously advise you. He realizes his wand is in the wrong way around and turns it right. To be very careful. Snape. He's safe, Ron. Ron looks at Hermione, who nods. Thank Dumbledore. What? That was a weird. Ron looks at Hermione, who nods. Ron, thank Dumbledore for that. Okay. Yes. Okay. We have like 2 more minutes before I have to go. Campaign room. Hermione is sitting, studying the time turner as Ron tries to digest it all. Alright, spoilers are gonna happen, Everlasting Joy. Everlasting Joy, do you even want me to continue before you get a chance to read the VOD? Because spoilers are gonna happen that you've missed. Or you just want me to catch you up. Basically, they went back in time like they were planning, and they messed everything up, and they turned it into a world where Voldemort wins, and Harry is dead, and Neville Longbottom is dead, and they never won. No. Yeah, so now Scorpius is left alone to try to save. Yes? No. I mean, there might be one, but I don't know. It would be in the living room. Jury might know. Okay, anyway. Ron, so you're telling me that the whole of history rests on Neville Longbottom? This is pretty wild. Hermione, it's true, Ron. Ron, right, and you're sure because... Hermione, well, he knows about Snape, about all of us. There's no way he could. Ron, maybe he's a really good guesser? Scorpius, I'm not. Can you help? Ron, we're the only ones that can. Dumbledore's army has shrunk considerably since its peak. In fact, we're pretty much all that's left. But we've kept fighting on, hiding in plain sight, doing our best to tickle their nose hairs. Granger here is a wanted woman, and I'm a wanted man. Snape, dryly, less wanted. Hermione, to be clear, in this other world, before you meddled. Scorpius, Voldemort is dead, killed in the Battle of Hogwarts. Harry is head of magical law enforcement, and you're Minister for Magic. Hermione stops, surprised by this. She looks up with a smile. Hermione, I'm Minister for Magic? Ron, wanting to join the fun. Brilliant, what do I do? Scorpius, you run Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Ron, okay, so she's Minister for Magic, and I run a joke shop? Scorpius looks at Ron's hurt face. Scorpius, you're mostly focused on bringing up your kids. Ron, great. I expect their mother is hot. Scorpius, blushing. Well, depends what you think of. The thing is, you two sort of have kids together, a daughter and a son. The two look up astonished. Married, in love, everything. You were shocked the other time, too, when you were Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher and Ron was married to Padma. You're constantly surprised by it. I love that. It's like a little nod that Rowling gives to the fact that so many people question her decision to have Ron and Hermione end up together. Hermione and Ron both look at each other and then look away, and then Ron looks back. Ron clears his throat repeatedly, with less conviction this time. Hermione, close your mouth when you're looking at me, Weasley. Ron does, though he remains discombobulated. And Snape, what does Snape do in this other world? Snape, I'm dead, presumably. He looks at Scorpius, whose face drops. Snape smiles thinly. You were a little too surprised to see me. How? Scorpius, bravely. Snape. Who? Scorpius. Voldemort. Snape, how very irritating. There's a silence as Snape digests. Still, there's glory in being taken down by the Dark Lord himself, I suppose. Hermione, I'm sorry, Severus. Snape looks at her and then swallows the pain. He indicates Ron with a flick of his head. Snape, well, at least I'm not married to him. Hermione, which spells did you use? Scorpius, Expelliarmus in the first task and Engorgio in the second. Ron, simple shield charms should set both of those, right? Snape, and then you left. Scorpius, the Time Turner took us back. Yes, that's the thing. The Time Turner, you only get 5 minutes in the past. Okay, so we have to stop there, unfortunately. I wish we could continue. Alright, so many things happening in the story. We will continue next Monday for sure. If not next Monday, then, you know, if there's free time during the week, we might continue. Otherwise, next Monday would be the next time.